everybody, Jesse Fresco, Hardcore Bloodshot here with New Release Wednesday, and I'm talking about my top 3 comic picks of the week. First one we have is Fight Club 3, the new Chuck Palahniuk sequel to Fight Club 2, as well as the first book, Fight Club. This is a sequel to the comic Fight Club 2, which was a sequel to the novel Fight Club. This has no relation to the movie, so just preface that right now. This is based on the books, not the film, although I still like the film. Basically, this picks up about a little bit after the end of Fight Club 2, even though the ending of that one is sort of a fan reaction kind of thing. It wouldn't really say it's even canon. It's a very, very odd ending for Fight Club 2. This one picks up maybe like about 2 or 3 years later. The main character, Jack, who went by another name in Fight Club 2, now he has a new name, Balthazar, and he's sort of suppressed Tyler Durden. And so he's living back in like a shitty dead-end life, suburban, father, no job, pregnant wife, he has a kid, and he's just trying to make his way in the world. And then out of nowhere, Tyler comes back when he's off at a jobs retreat trying to find a job, and Tyler starts coming back out and starts to fix his life, and yes, you could say. The artwork is very good. It's Cameron Stewart once again. He did the work for Fight Club 2. Definitely a very slow start. There's not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of captions, not really a lot of even story movement. It's more of a setup for the rest of the series. It's definitely good, though. I like Chuck Palahniuk's work. I will say his writing is a bit blunt and a little bit, it kind of lacks depth. When you go back and reread Fight Club, you kind of realize, this is like, the message of it is like, hey, toxic masculinity is bad. Well, duh. It's of course bad. So it's a little bit on the nose with his writing. It comes off a little juvenile, but the writing is still pretty good. The artwork is really well done. And it's nice to see the printing of this. I love the covers for these books. They're very, very well done. I like this style. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of these come out. I think it's going to be a 9-issue run. This is issue number 1, so it's a little ways to go until it's wrapped up, but I'm looking forward to the next one. Next one we have, this is one of the few DC books I'm reading right now, Heroes in Crisis, written by Tom King. This is definitely one that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I've always kind of liked Tom King's work. I remember reading his work on Marvel, his book Vision, which was very well received. Didn't last very long, only 2 storylines, but I still like his writing. He also did a book called Grayson, where he took the character of Dick Grayson and made him into a special forces agent. Very, very unique take for that character. This is essentially about the major heroes of the DC universe going to a place called Sanctuary, which is off in Nebraska, which is basically this one lone place that is isolated from society, where heroes that are having post-traumatic stress disorder or emotional problems or are just depressed because of all the conflicts they've been involved in, this is where they go to sort of relieve their stress and just seek help, basically. It's a very introspective book. There's not a lot of action, not a lot of conflict, but the first issue starts off with a huge, huge catastrophe where somebody has murdered many of the heroes of the DC universe. And it's believed it may have been Booster Gold, or it could have been Harley Quinn. It's never really said. This is issue number 5. I believe it's going to be a 9-issue run. So it's in the middle point of the story, and I still have no clue who it could possibly be. But the character development is very strong. The artwork is great. I know that Tom King gets a little shit every now and again for his writing, but that's because he's trying to do something new and interesting with these characters. It's one of the few times I've actually found Superman to be a sympathetic character and more than just the golden boy that he's always been. I've always kind of felt that made him very two-dimensional. They try to round him out a little bit more here. So it's, in some ways, it feels a bit like what Zack Snyder was trying to get to with his horrible DC Comics movies. This is what he was trying to get to, like rounding out these characters, making them believable, making them grounded and realistic. But he failed horribly because he's just not a very good filmmaker. So this is kind of what he was trying to do. So I think Tom King definitely channels these characters very, very well. If you get a chance, go ahead and check this out. Great artwork, really good covers. I'm really enjoying this book. And the last one, Bloodshot, Rising Spirit. This is the 3rd issue of Bloodshot, Rising Spirit. This is written by Kevin Grevaux. I believe that's how you pronounce his name.
I believe so.
Yes. He's worked on a lot of feature films, most notably the Underworld films. He's the guy with the really deep, raspy voice in the film.
He's a Lycan.
He's a Lycan, exactly. He's one of those guys. He worked on the first film, I believe he worked a little bit on the second one, but he didn't work on any of the other ones. This is a story that is not picking up from where Bloodshot left off with Bloodshot Salvation. This is a prequel taking place before Dwayne Swarzynski's run. So this is detailing the history of Rising Spirit, the history of the current Bloodshot as he is. And each issue is kind of a one-shot with a shell story around it. So it's sort of like you're following Bloodshot as he is having different memory caps placed in his mind to sort of give him a new identity and fill in how he came to be who he is at the beginning of the 2012 run that Dwayne wrote. The story, unfortunately, has a huge handicap, though, which is that it's a prequel. There's not a lot of drama because it's like, oh, is he going to survive? Of course he's going to survive because you know the 2012 run happened. This is not a retcon. This fits in as a prequel. So there's some issues I do have with it in that you don't really feel very sympathetic towards Bloodshot because you know that all the things that's happening, that like the first issue is about him as Angelo Mortale. You know that it's not real because it's a dream in his head. You know it's a dream. You know it's all fake. This storyline involves him turning into not Bloodshot, but Blood Moon in the year 1895. I know, it's weird. That one is like, you're pushing it. Like, you know, it's definitely trying to do something different, and I appreciate that. But because each issue is still a prequel, it kind of is kneecapped right from the get-go. So, and even the artwork is a little bit on the side. It's like there's some points where it looks really great, and there's other points where it's like, kick it out the door. It's like there's certain shortcuts they took. Like some characters don't have faces in the background. Some backgrounds are just like a flat color, and it looks a little bit lazy sometimes. I mean, Valiant has always prized itself on having very good artwork, and this, unfortunately, is one where they kind of said, just finish it as quick as you can. So it's a bit of a shame, but as a completionist, as somebody that really loves the character Bloodshot and needs to get everything, unfortunately, I definitely still pick this up. I still enjoy the story. I like some of the characters. I like some of the artwork, and I like seeing some of the villains showing back up. Simon Orrick comes back, and he's one of the head guys at Project Rising Spirit. I am interested in seeing how they connect this back to the 2012 run. I don't know how long it's going to be. Probably be about 6 to 8 issues long. I don't really know how long it's going to last, but I'm still interested in seeing it, and if they can somehow weave it into the stuff that's going to happen post Bloodshot Salvation, maybe set up some stuff for later on, that would be very much appreciated. Is it the greatest thing ever? No. I still think Dwayne's runs a little bit better. Jeff Lemire's runs a little bit better. Even Christos Gage's runs a little bit better. But this is still, overall, a solid story. Not great, not terrible, but still okay. Worth your time. So that's my 3 picks of the week. Fight Club number 3, Heroes in Crisis, and Bloodshot Rising Spirit.